All right, these are the answers to the solving formula worksheet. With each one, we're going to kind of follow the same steps to solving equations. It's just we have letters instead of numbers. So when this one says to solve for a, we find the a right here. We need to get rid of the 3, and we need to get rid of the minus b. Minus b is the one that's further away. So to get rid of minus b, we're going to go plus b. Okay, so that's going to get rid of this and leave me with 3a equal. And then I have 10 plus b. And since I don't know what b is, I can't make that anything other than 10 plus b, so I just kind of leave it. I need to get rid of this 3. It's multiplying a, so I'm going to divide by 3, and I get a equal 10 plus b divided by 3. And again, since I don't know what b equals, that's as far as I can go in solving that. So these will give you weird, they're not going to give you just a plain number like our equations do, but that's okay. We're following the same kind of steps. Same thing here. We're solving this for w. So the m is the thing that's kind of off by itself. I'm going to subtract m from both sides, and I'll get p minus m equals kw. All right, now I need to get rid of the k, so I'm going to divide by k, and we get w equals p minus m divided by k. So it's the same steps we've been doing, just with letters instead of numbers this time. All right. Solve this formula for d. So here's the d. Now you can subtract 4y and divide by -1. That does work here, and if that's how you kind of did it, that's fine. What I'm going to do is something a little different for this particular one. I'm going to add the d, get it over here, so that I have 5x plus d equals 4y. All right. And the reason I do that is now I can just subtract 5x, and I'll have d equal 4y minus 5x, and that has d by itself. If you subtract 4y, that's fine. Then you have to divide by -1, and that gets a little confusing. So I thought it was a little bit easier to move the d over to this side. Now it's just plain d, and then I can get rid of that. All right. Over here, we're trying to solve for h. So I'm going to get rid of this minus b first. Go plus b on both sides. I'll get h over a equals r plus b. Now to get rid of this a, I need to multiply by a. Now when you multiply over here by a, you have to make sure you're multiplying everything by a. So you have to have parentheses around that. You don't have to distribute the a to both. You can if you like, and go ar plus ab. Both of these answers are fine. One's not necessarily better than the other. But when you say times a, you can't just have it next to the b or next to the r. You have to make sure it's on both of those. Right? And then this one here says we're going to solve for x. So in order to do that, I need to kind of work this out a little bit. So I think distributing 10 is a good idea here first. I'm going to get 10x minus 40. And now I can add 40. N plus 40 equals 10x. All right, and then divide by 10. And we end up with x equals n plus 40 divided by 10. All right. Over here, similar idea, we're solving for p. I see that I have everything being multiplied by j here, or divided by j. So I'm going to multiply by j, and that's going to give me j times y equals, this will cancel, p minus d. And then I'm going to go ahead and add d to both sides. So I get jy plus d equals p. And that'll be my answer there. So if these feel a little weird, a little uncomfortable, that's okay. It's a little practice gets you to feel a little more secure in what you're doing. But it's the same steps of solving equations, like I said, just with variables instead.